My mom left me and my little brother with just a note saying she'd be back in a few years. She returned 6 years later to find Dad had divorced her and we'd completely moved on. I was 8 when I found the note on our bathroom mirror. Going to live with my sister in California. Need space to figure things out. Back in 2 to 3 years. Don't change the locks. My hands were shaking as I read it. I didn't understand why Mom would just leave us like that. Dad found me crying in the hallway holding the crumpled paper. His face went completely white when he read it. My little brother Walter kept asking where Mommy went. Dad would just hug him tight and say, "Mommy's taking a little trip," but I could see him crying when he thought we weren't looking. That first month was chaos. Dad burned dinner almost every night. The smoke alarm became our dinner bell. He forgot our lunches, so I started making peanut butter sandwiches for Walter and me. Walter would sit by the window after school waiting for Mom's car. It broke my heart. But something amazing happened around month 2. Dad became this superhero version of himself. He learned to French braid my hair watching YouTube at midnight. I caught him practicing on my teddy bear. He taught Walter to throw a perfect curveball in our backyard every evening. We started eating dinner together without yelling about money or chores. Year 1 was tough, but we survived. Dad got better at being both parents. Our house became peaceful for the first time I could remember. No more constant fighting about bills. No more Mom's dramatic mood swings that made everyone walk on eggshells. Walter stopped asking when Mommy was coming home. Year 2 brought happiness. Dad got promoted because he wasn't stressed about home drama. Our house became the neighborhood hangout. We had pizza movie nights until midnight. Dad started telling real jokes that made Walter snort milk. I'd forgotten what Dad's genuine laugh sounded like. Year 3 changed everything. At Walter's baseball game, I met Eleanor. She was the coach's sister, a kindergarten teacher with the kindest eyes. When Walter fell and scraped his knee, Eleanor cleaned it up, making silly voices for each Band-Aid color. Dad watched from the bleachers with this peaceful smile I'd never seen before. Eleanor never tried to replace our mom. She just became part of our team naturally. She helped with homework at the kitchen table, taught me to ride my bike, and came to every single one of Walter's games. When kids at school asked about my mom, I started saying Eleanor's name without thinking. Year 4, Eleanor moved in officially. Walter was so excited he made welcome signs for every room. Eleanor's books mixed with our comics on the shelves. Her flower coffee mug sat next to Dad's plain blue one every morning. Everything felt complete. Year 5 was magical. Dad and Eleanor got married in our backyard under string lights we hung together. Walter and I walked Eleanor down the aisle because she said we were her favorite guys. During her speech, Walter called Eleanor Mom for the first time. Eleanor cried happy tears. Even our neighbor Mrs. Peterson was sobbing. By year 6, our birth mother was just a stranger in old photos Dad kept in the garage. Eleanor legally adopted Walter and me. We changed our last names to match theirs. Walter couldn't even remember what our biological mother looked like anymore. We were a real family. Last Tuesday morning shattered our peace. I was eating cereal when Walter screamed from the living room. Through the window, we saw a woman pulling suitcases from a car. She walked straight into our kitchen using an old key like she still lived here. Eleanor was making our lunches, wearing her world's best mom apron Walter gave her. The stranger stared at family photos covering our fridge. Beach trips, birthdays, Christmas mornings. She wasn't in any of them. "Who are you?" the woman demanded. "Where are my children?" Walter hid behind Eleanor's legs. "Mom, who is that scary lady?" I studied the stranger's face. Something familiar but distant. "Wait, you're the woman from those old pictures Dad keeps in the garage box." Her face went completely white. 6 years of expecting to return to grateful children, only to discover we'd forgotten her completely. The woman who abandoned us was now the stranger, and the woman who stayed was our real mom. "I came home," she whispered. "This isn't your home," I said calmly. "It stopped being your home 6 years ago." She looked around our kitchen. Eleanor's recipe cards, our artwork, family photos everywhere. Everything screamed happy family, and she wasn't part of any of it. The woman who left expecting us to wait forever realized we'd built a beautiful life without her.